Hi, this is James from the Hornbill Technical Support team, and this is a short tutorial to show you how to create a new service. So at the moment, as you can see here, I'm using the Supportworks 750 Enterprise Client, and this is specifically ITSM 3.4.14. This will only apply to ITSM based application templates. So what I'm going to do first is take you to the services area. So within File, Manage Service Portfolio and Services, if I expand that, you'll see my list of services here. So we're going to create a new one of these. The first thing you want to do before setting up your services, if you're doing this from scratch, is to understand what kind of services you actually need in here. You can go from the top level, for example, email service or internet service, to a lot levels beneath that, such as like MS Office or New Starter. You can really put in any kind of service that you actually provide within here. So you can see the reasons in a second after we create the service and actually subscribe customers to it, the reasons for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come out of there and go into the categories, which is within File, Manage Service Portfolio and Service Categories. Here comes with some built-in categories, but you can also create your own. So in this case, I'm just going to create new. Okay, and just call it a test category. So you'll see the reasons for these categories once we actually log on to the self-service portal. Okay, so I'm just going to click on Add Record. So instantly this will tell you whether you want to create subcategories. I'm going to leave it at this stage at the moment, but I will show you the subcategories after we log on to self-service. So the one other area you will need to set up is the status definitions. So I'm just going to click on Add New. There's a few built-in ones such as available, broken, compiling. I'm just going to add in operational. There's going to be another tutorial around the statuses and managing event management around services and CIs. So I'll take you around that in another tutorial, but for the meantime I'm just going to click on Add Record. Usually you would add in two, one for operational and one for broken or faulty. So I'm just going to go Add. There we go. So now my category is done. You can create as many categories as you like. Again, you'll see the reasons why in a second. Okay, so back to the actual services. I'm just going to create a new service by going to Add New. And here we're defining an ID. This ID will only be for the actual Supportworks to refer to, rather than as a display name. So it doesn't really matter what the actual ID name is, but if it's something related to the service itself, that's all good. So for example, I'm just going to call it test service. And I'm also going to call the service name test service. I can give this a description. So these boxes on the left hand side here, actual users, project users, difference, this is all referring to how many customers are currently subscribed to the service. Of course we've not got to that stage yet, and there is actually a different tutorial purely for the subscriptions, so you may wish to view that. So next I am going to choose the status of catalog. You can choose which one you like here, but if you've got knowledge of the ITIL framework in terms of the life cycle of a service, you can see here you've got options for pipeline and retired. So this is in use, so I'm going to put this into the catalog. I'm also going to say it's operational, and this is the categories that we just set up. So I'm going to set up the top level of my test category, select, and now we have the two statuses that we added as well. So again, I'm going to take operational, and when I click on Add Record, you'll see that test service is now down here. So what you do need to understand at this point is that because we haven't subscribed any customers to the service itself, what you'll see is that it's not selectable on self-service, and also if you try and log a call against it, this service won't be available. So that's the basics of the creation of the service. One last thing you may wish to do is define a service level against it. So I'm just going to click on Add, choose an SLA. You can set a priority if you wish as well, but it's not mandatory. There we go. Default service level, test SLA. So that will mean that when calls are logged via your self-service portal, it will select this particular SLA. So I'm just going to save changes. So that's part one of the actual creation. The next part will be the subscription, so you may wish to switch across to that.